is a Cosmic Octave original podcast.
Me and Jake running down the street with a handful of comic books, kicking ass and banging chicks and drinking booze
No, not
and
me.
smoking
Not
weed.
me. I'm
Oh,
married.
Yeah, well,
I'm married.
Jake.
Can't do that.
Yeah. Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler.
All right, welcome back to episode 109.
Look at that shit.
Tyler's learning about new technology.
Learning about new technology.
By the way, he's Tyler. I'm Jake.
I'm Jake and he's Tyler.
No, you're gonna confuse people.
Oh, you're Tyler and I'm Jake.
Yeah, I can't believe it, man.
Totally-
It felt
I
like
did
you
it
would.
wrong again, and you just were like, "Yeah, that's good."
Whatever.
Whatever.
We'll fix it. You and I were talking about this. It feels like such a climb to episode 100, and then once you get there, it's weird because it's 109 already. We've been doing this a while.
I don't. You know, here's the thing: is the champagne that we ordered for the 100th show celebration never made it
Live from the Busted Lip.
to the party.
We did 2 live shows at the Busted Lip.
Well, we thought we had something there.
But you know, we didn't. We wanted to make it a little more exclusive. You know, we'll see. We said we'll see you at 150. We'll see you at 200. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
You know, one thing, like, if I had ever gone to the bathroom in the Busted Lip and somebody was not doing cocaine in the bathroom, then I would be like, you know, if that had ever happened, I'd be like, okay, this place has its quirkiness to it. But every time I went into the bathroom, somebody's doing coke in there, not in a stall,
And you
just
were just
out in
like,
the open. Yes! Yeah, but then I was like, this is not good for us.
That's what you said when you
So
saw
then I
it.
said to Dan and Don, who were they? I don't remember. The 2 people who owned it that we made up. I said to them, I said, we can't be having a show at a bar where people are constantly. You even have a stall that
Crack
says
cocaine.
smoke that and snort that here. It literally was a picture of
Where's this going? I don't even know where this is going.
yeah. So we couldn't do it at the Busted Lip anymore. We're a family show.
Eat that beaver up. Wow. Oh, my Lord.
I said we're a family show, Jake.
All right. So we did it. We brought it
So
back.
no more cocaine in the bathroom.
We brought it back last week. We're doing it again. I love starting the show with this because it's always my favorite. Edited for TV returns once again.
Edited for television.
If you guys remember, we got this amazing drop
Sloppy.
from it.
Sloppy.
Because I always say
Stick around.
it's gonna be
Sloppy.
any situation.
Sounded like Double Dare. Stick around, it's gonna get sloppy. Wow, these fucking reapers, man.
We're doing too much soundboard, all right. But we're gonna be using the soundboard here because what we do for edited
We're
for
using
TV.
too much soundboard, but you know what we're gonna do?
We take a scene from a
Soundboard.
movie with profanity, and then there's the edited clip from
Yeah, I thought we
for
weren't gonna
TV.
swear as much anymore.
I know.
Fuck. All right, let's do this.
Sloppy.
All right, so you remember this little ditty back in the 90s called Basic Instinct?
Ooh, I do.
It's a
I don't think
sexy thriller.
I don't think I've ever watched
Sharon
the
Stone.
movie. I know.
Michael Douglas.
I know of the part. Actually, I think I did watch the movie, but it was just not very. I didn't really
whatever.
care.
I never actually fully watched the movie, but I know
Sharon
the
Stone's a
clips.
great actress, and it's unfortunate that she had her breakout role turn out to be. We learned later, very, very questionable about like. I mean, she's come out as saying like they didn't tell me my pussy was going to be like on camera.
No. Well,
But then they went ahead and filmed it.
anyway, so there's I don't know how to segue out of that. So
No, I'm just saying like
Basic
it's,
Instinct.
It is what it is, but
It's-
there's a lot of swearing. Probably
it's an R-rated movie. There's
for
swearing
many
and sex
reasons,
and all-
lots of sex.
So it's a sexy thriller.
Michael Douglas is getting a lot.
Anyway, there's a scene where she's asked about her, relationship with Michael Douglas's character. So this is what she says in the movie.
I wasn't dating him. I was fucking him.
Okay, so that's it. So where do you think this is going to go? Because much like last week,
I
it's
was
a very
loving him.
interesting dub. Let me tell you. So one more time for reference.
I wasn't dating him. I was fucking him.
Here's the TV edit.
I wasn't dating him. I was having sex with him.
Listen to it. It sounds like Alexa.
I wasn't dating him. I was having sex with him.
Google. Hey, Google.
I wasn't dating him. I was having sex with him.
We need that drop. Having sex with him. You know what? Stop the show.
That was
I need a
fucking
new
awesome,
drop.
dude.
So yeah, there was a lot of Sharon Stone and Michael Douglas where she was
Having sex with him.
Are we recording again?
Yeah, we're back on the
All right.
Wow, these fucking reapers, man.
Oh shit, I hit the wrong.
What's in my mouth?
All right. Anyway, thanks again. Edited for TV.
That was classic,
And
man.
remember, keep
Having sex with him.
whoever he is or she, doesn't matter.
You love on your woman.
Because like
Love
by the way,
on
I
your
just want to point
man.
out one more
What?
time, like how unsexy that scene is made by that dub. Because like when she's saying it,
I wasn't dating him. I was fucking him.
like that delivery is sexy, and this is just clunky. It sounds like an
I
AI.
wasn't dating him. I was having sex with him.
Amazing.
I don't know why you're not like
What?
No, I just I think it's just really hilarious that again, this is a movie that like almost half of it you can't see on TV.
Yeah. Why would you even bother editing it? Why? And that's what makes these edits so
There's
funny.
no-
Because they're
yes.
all R-rated movies. Because there isn't a lot of profanity in PG-13 movies. You can only say fuck once or
Yes,
twice.
or
Once or twice.
It's twice if
Some
it's
movies I've seen twice.
allowed.
Whatever. But it's very limited, and you can say as many fucks as you want in an R-rated movie. But
Yeah.
anyway,
Yes!
we're moving on. So again, DC was at the movie theaters last week with Blue Beetle. And I'll be honest, I was excited.
Didn't see it.
I'm excited for this movie. I'm glad people are enjoying it. I've for the most part, I've seen generally positive reviews
Okay.
on Twitter and on YouTube, and that's great. I'm gonna be honest. I'm probably not going to see it, just because of my current situation. I just couldn't really afford to go to the movies at the time. And I'll be honest, this wasn't a movie, like, I was hyped for it. I loved the trailers, but it wasn't something that I felt the need to go see at the theater. And that has nothing to do with what they're. I'm sure it's a good movie, and it's just not a movie that there haven't been a lot of movies that I want to see at the theater recently, to be honest. If I was going to go to the movies, I would go see TMNT because I haven't seen that yet.
I've heard good things about both.
I haven't been to the movies since The Flash.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything in July.
Wait, did I see something?
You saw Indiana Jones,
Yeah, I did.
but
That was fucking awesome.
But yeah, Blue Beetle took number one at the box office. It did beat out Barbie, but it only made $25.4 million, which is pretty low opening weekend. But here's the thing. I am a DC guy. I have a literal side. I bang that drum.
I was thinking something else.
You were thinking.
No, I was thinking of the new one.
Sloppy.
No, the new one. The one you just made.
Having sex with
There you
him.
go. That's what I was thinking of. I was thinking of having sex with him.
Having sex with him.
People have turned this off.
No, but okay, I haven't. Finish your thought.
I just think
Yeah.
we've talked about it a lot on this show about how I was excited for it, but again, it's just not a character that I really have known much about. I never really read much of his comics. I know a little bit about Jaime and the suit, and like I know that
I know almost
backstory.
nothing about this iteration of
Yeah.
the character. They did make a Lego of it
Yeah.
a while back, 5 or 6 years ago. I'm more of a Ted Cord guy.
Well, here's the thing. I'm kind of bummed out that I couldn't go because I want to support this movie, and so I might try and do it, maybe on Labor Day or something like that. But
It's coming up, isn't it? Jesus.
next weekend, yeah. I might catch it there because I do want to support this movie because I've heard that like they were trying to incorporate. They were going to use the second movie to kind of incorporate where Ted Cord like. The director pretty much said that he isn't necessarily dead. He's just in the timeline with. I think they're trying to connect it to Booster Gold, in some way set up Booster Gold. And so I'm like, shit. Now I need to go see this movie because that would make me really fucking hyped for that Booster Gold show.
Yep.
And that's what I mean is what DC needs, and this is what sucks about this box office. And they've made this. I don't know if it's an excuse, but there was a hurricane in California. Or a tropical storm for the first time in 84 years in LA, so that was kind of a big deal.
Yeah,
and I do think that did have some impact on the box office, but it's not like this movie was going to make $100 million. Like we knew this movie was going to go in low. They initially had it like 15 to 17 million, then it bumped up to about where it eventually was at, which is around 30 million. This movie, I really think. I'm glad that it got a wide release, and it's cool to see that. But I definitely, just based on the numbers, I just don't even think that it would have been that successful. I just don't think Blue Beetle is a broad enough, like a wide, you know what I mean? Like he hasn't really been a big figure in pop culture.
Yeah.
Like even Cyborg, the only time you really get Cyborg is in the Snyder cut. Where they actually develop his character.
Or the Teen Titans cartoon.
Or the cartoons, yeah. But I'm just saying that, like,
no, you're right. Blue Beetle is a very
relatively newer DC. Like, Jaime is relatively newer, I think.
Yes, Jaime is relatively newer within the last 20 years or so. But Blue Beetle's been around since, like, the 30s.
Yeah, Ted Cord, yeah.
They bought the Carlton comics. So, interesting story about the Blue Beetle. He was actually Owlman in Watchmen. Because Alan Moore wanted to take all of the Carlton characters that DC had just bought, which was the Question, Blue Beetle,
Question.
I can't remember all of them. Who was it doesn't matter. They bought all these characters, and he was like, let me use these characters. I'm going to kill them all off. And he's like, and they were like, no, we just bought them. No, you can't, you can't do that, man. So, that would actually have been Blue Beetle. Would have been Night Owl. Who else was in it? Okay, so the comedian was, God, I got to look this up now.
Well,
go ahead.
we're going to get too far off the topic.
Just go ahead. I'm just looking for my own edification, you son of a bitch.
Well, I'm just saying, I'm not
It's
going
almost
to.
9 o'clock.
That's what we got to focus.
You go. You can move the
So-
show along.
Yeah, but you're going to be stuck with your face
No,
in your
I'm
phone.
not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm listening.
Why do you think DC keeps stumbling at the box office, Tyler?
I don't know. I think the reason why is because I think the reason why they're
I'm just
Marvel
messing with
is just the top of it, and with good reason. They have better stories. They have better. They have a better handle on like the cameos and like who they get to play roles in their universe. They've established themselves as a legitimate movie making, storytelling, that all actors, even the theater guys would still want to be in. Okay, well, I'll do a big budget movie like that.
Yeah.
That normally wouldn't do that, right? Well,
Yeah.
DC, don't get me wrong, doesn't not have that, but Warner Brothers sucks so bad. and they're so stupid with it. They have
Here's the
no
thing.
fucking idea.
In the comic, and that's the thing. In the comic books,
yes,
the Justice League, in my
Black Canary was
in
Silk
my
Spectre.
interpretation with like comic books and the cartoons was that Justice League was a far better team story than the Avengers. The Avengers didn't start gaining steam until the live action movie was coming out, where like that became a much bigger deal at Disney and Marvel. So like they had that head start. They've got great animation, and they've got a bunch of very talented writers that love the lore, and like Jim Lee and Jeff Johns and all these guys that love this DC lore.
DC has it all over
and
Marvel
like
when
Tom
it comes to
Taylor.
the animation.
Yeah.
It has all over them, dude.
I mean that like with the show Drawn to DC, the more I watch it, the more I think of like well, Marvel fucked up. They could have done something cool here.
Dr. Manhattan is Captain Atom.
Yeah.
Ozymandias. What is how do you say?
Ozymandias.
Ozymandias is based on Thunderbolt. What?
Anyway.
Stupid. You're stupid.
Anyway. I think it's a combination of things
Rorschach
too, because
is a
it's
question.
Warner Brothers continue. This is my point.
Mm-hmm.
I keep stumbling over my words. Justice League and DC has always been good at ensemble team books, right? And I think it's kind of insane that they still haven't figured out how to do a Justice League. And then you have the continued mixed fucking messaging of what they're doing. Are you rebooting the DCEU or not? Oh, well, we're going to keep some things from the DCEU and keep them in the DCU. I was on board with it at first, but now you're going to keep muddying the waters and fucking yourself over at the box office, because I think a lot of people tuned out because of this to see this movie because they don't care. Because they're like, oh, the character's in the DCU, but the movie isn't in the DCU. But so, like, should this movie even matter? Do we even care? Like, you know what I mean?
The Comedian is based off of Peacemaker,
Oh, my goodness.
which is one of our favorite shows.
Yeah.
No, I see. That's where they seem to. There's never been a clear guy, and Marvel has had Feige since the
Yeah.
beginning, since the fucking beginning, and he also had. I think we all need to stop underplaying the role that Jon Favreau had in helping with the MCU's creation.
Yeah, with Iron Man and laying that foundation.
Iron Man and Iron Man 2,
Yeah.
and he also helped, I think, kind of show what to do, and he probably, was available for, Brana, and, how do you make a comic book movie, who did Captain America? Joe Johnston.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've never had that. I mean, who was the first guy? The first guy that they were supposed to have was what? I know. What's his name? Fuckface was one time. Jeff Johns, who turns out to be a fuckface.
Yeah.
He was that guy or supposed to be. At one point, it was motherfucking Christopher Nolan, because he had dude, and the Dark Knight movies. The Dark Knight movies are superior.
Tyler. The best Batman movies are detached from anything else. They're just Batman movies.
Yes, the Batman itself.
We
the
fucking
last
love
fucking
that
one that
movie.
came out,
And that was
and there's nothing about
That
it.
was a
Nothing about
movie-
anything else.
That was 3 hours long, and I looked at Luke, and I said, I'd watch 3 more hours. Like, I want more of this shit. Like, and it's the same thing with I fucking love the Dark Knight trilogy. And it's like, DC, we've talked about it on the show before, that DC has always been better at these solo movies, and I don't know. It just continued. Like, dude, this is bad. I think Aquaman is going to be even worse. I think Aquaman is going to fucking crater. Because, again, you need to...
Well, they're not marketing it. And now,
And
okay.
and it's because it's
Now,
it's
I know-
convoluted, because they need to make money because they're so broke, but they can't continue to take they can't keep claiming tax cuts on these things. And, like, it's just...
Warner Brothers is kind of fucked. And because of the strike, which is largely
They can't write
their
the script.
fault.
They got the script done before the strike
but
for
none,
Superman.
none of these actors are out doing promotions for this movie
They
because
can't work.
they don't want to.
They can't rehearse. They can't do anything. They can't work. So now it's this. I think the strike will get done soon enough where they can still hit that 2025 date. And yeah, I really hope
For what?
for Superman Legacy, which I'm again still excited for. But it's just like, man, I just want. It continues to say this. I just want DC to get a win.
And how long
And
is
it's
it?
just-
How long is it going to be before James Gunn says "fuck this"?
No, I think he will steer the. I think he will guide it in the right direction. I still have hope
Sure,
for his version.
but
of
is he
this.
going to stick around as long as Feige has, which has been what 15 years now?
I will say this. I hope,
15 years now.
but it's gone. It's getting.
Feige's
Marvel's
in hot
been,
water.
putting out good stuff lately.
Feige's been in hot water lately, hasn't he?
Yeah.
But again, what is Marvel gonna do with his track record? It's kind of like hey man, we've had Ferentz around for 20 years. He pretty much consistently gets us a top 20 finish. You know, top half of the Big Ten, bowl game, whatever, right?
Yeah.
What would it take to get Ferentz fired?
Having sex with him.
Belichick's another great example. They haven't been really good for a couple years. What would it take for him to get fired?
Having sex with him.
Sloppy.
All right. So I think it's a combination of
I don't know
things.
why it's so fucking funny to me. What would it take for him to get fired?
Having sex with him.
All right, let's move on. I think my final thoughts on this. It is unfortunate, and I do feel like I want to go out and support it and see it, because I do want to give this movie a chance, and
Do you?
I do. I want DC to be successful. I want all of these
I
things
do
to
too.
work.
I want. No, I do too. I am I'm a comic book fan, dude.
Yeah.
Again, I still liked Green Lantern when I first saw it because it was fucking Green Lantern
Hey,
on the screen.
I've talked about it on the show. I stand by that movie. It's not good. It falls apart, but the first
It falls apart
The
as soon as
first-
that dude starts screaming all the fucking time.
the first
Ah!
stop it.
Ah!
Stop it.
That's his whole fucking role. Who is it? Skarsgård? Fucking shut up, dude. Just shut
Wow,
up.
These fucking reapers, man.
No, dude, that movie falls apart as soon as that happens. Oh, and let's
You
you know
know
what?
who's in that movie?
Cheeky Wachiti.
And you know what? Let's
just move on.
let's
from
do
that.
something else.
No, come
let's,
on.
Let's combine
No.
two not very good fucking villains into one villain in the first Green
We're
Lantern.
not talking about Green
movie,
Lantern. We're
which
moving
is
on.
stupid.
Tyler.
And then let's at the end of it, let's do a tease
Tyler.
for Sinestro.
Save it for if we
I'll
ever
fucking
review
save
it.
you.
You know what? Next week we'll review that movie.
Fine.
Watch it on HBO Max.
Fuck. I don't have it.
I do.
It's called Max now, dude.
No, I'll never call it Max.
Never. Just like I'll never call them the Las Vegas Raiders. Oops.
Speaking of another streaming service who's done some shitty practices lately, Netflix
No.
finally released
They are not.
the first trailer for Zack Snyder's epic Rebel Moon, which is coming out around Christmas, isn't it? Is that what the release date said?
I don't know. It looked like about 4 different movies.
Okay, so you and I watched the trailer together, and
Were you
I
before we continue?
started laughing immediately
well,
because
there
that
were
like
a lot of snickery
there's-
moments,
because the music cue
right?
I laughed at because
Was that Hopkins doing the?
narration. Yeah, that's Anthony Hopkins.
Really?
Yeah, it's a surprisingly stacked cast. but,
Yeah.
like Netflix put some money into this, which again,
Why?
does it really look like a movie that's people are gonna pay for Netflix to watch? I don't think so.
I'm not.
But am I gonna watch it having Netflix?
Yeah.
Probably,
If you're like on a auto pay, which all of them are, that's what they rely on.
I mean, I still have Netflix. I'll still watch it.
I got to tell you right now.
I mean, I don't know if I'll have Netflix
nothing
by Christmas. I
but
don't know.
one streaming service right now. I have Paramount. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't have Max. I don't have Disney. I don't got Hulu.
Anyway,
I got ESPN
so
Plus.
let's talk about it in a broader sense. So we get this first trailer. The
Do
reason
we have to?
I laugh because this movie is again clearly something I was like, well, yeah, it's a Zack Snyder movie. Like, it's visually stunning. Like, there's some really like great, and I've
But
never
beyond the visuals, there's probably not much.
I've never said that he couldn't shoot some amazing shit. Like, I still
Wow.
he could like right out the beehole, just
Sloppy.
and
And that only happens after.
Having sex with him.
Jeez. Wow. Anyway,
Get your ass to Mars.
which I think is where this movie takes place. But okay, so
Really?
I remember this
Huh.
being the
Okay.
first time I started.
Is it
hearing,
based off anything?
No,
Oh.
this is a Zack Snyder original.
Oh, can't wait then.
it's a Zack Snyder. joint.
Boo.
What
What was his last thing?
what?
What was his last thing?
I think it was this Justice League. Like,
No,
this is his first,
it was with what's his name? Batista.
Oh
it
yeah,
was
you're
on
right. Army
Netflix.
of the Dead. Army of the Dead.
Was that any good?
Again, like every Zack Snyder movie, some really good movie moments, some interesting ideas, some really cool shots, but then things that are mentioned but never pay off. Some things that you're like, ooh, that could be an interesting plot point, and it just goes nowhere. And you're like, and then there's other plot points where you're like, what the fuck are we trying to do with this movie? And there's other points where it's like, oh, that was really cool. And then there's some parts where I'm like, will you grow out of your edgelord phase? Zack Snyder is what I'm saying. And I will say, there's a zombie baby in that fucking movie. 2 zombies fucked at some point, and there was a baby. Like there was a pregnant zombie that gave birth, or she didn't give birth to the baby.
So
but she was
you've
pregnant.
seen Day of the Dead or Dawn of the Dead?
Yeah, that was
Okay.
his first movie, I think. Good movie. Fun
Zombie
movie.
baby in that one too. What the
It's
fuck?
weird. It's weird.
Zach,
It's weird. Anyway. So
can you stop it for a second?
what? I just, you and I were watching it together, and I said it's like, this looks like Star Wars. 'Cause
Yeah,
this-
what did
this-
you say?
Well, I remember when this was first being talked about, that Netflix was doing this. They were saying that like this was going to be like Zack Snyder's
There's
Star
even
Wars.
fucking
'Cause
lightsabers, dude.
well, because he never got to do a Star Wars movie, so this is him making his own Star Wars. Hey, I respect that he's like, you know what, I'm gonna make my own, and I respect that. I do. But it feels like watching this trailer, it is someone who really likes Star Wars and really liked Dune, but didn't quite understand them. And I only say that because of his love of Ayn Rand, that he is gonna have a very specific style of how a movie. I could be wrong. Maybe he's trying to tell a different story. Maybe he's a different filmmaker. You know, we haven't seen something new that he's, you know, we saw Army of the Dead, but I think that was him going back to his roots. And I think this is him trying to branch as a storyteller. So I respect that. I really do.
Sure.
And I've never heard anything bad about him. I've heard that actors really like working for him.
Yeah. It's just uninspired shit. Do you remember the
Dude,
guy?
there's so much, and that's the thing. He's talented, man. Like, there's some every Zack Snyder movie. There's something that I can like about it, and then he does something something that I just don't understand why he made that decision. You know what I mean?
So I've worked with musicians who are technically like beyond the pale, like just awesome. Like, I mean, they can pick up any instrument or whatever their instrument, they can just wail on it and whatever. They're just awesome. But they can't write shit. They can read and play stuff like crazy, but they're uninspired. There's no inspiration behind their playing.
You know what
Do you know what I'm talking
yeah,
about?
he needs someone to like balance him out creatively and like rein in some of his ideas and
He needs a writer and a producer.
well, there's 3 writers on this movie, so I'm wondering maybe like he had a concept and an outline of what he wanted to do, and they worked out the stories
it was
together.
a cocktail napkin.
and then he would.
I want to do Star Wars and Dune.
He would pitch some edgelord weird plot point, and they're like, Zach, we can't. We're trying to make a Star Wars style movie here, but
What is
he's
an edgelord plot point?
But I gotta tell you,
what's
man,
an edgelord plot
here's the
point?
thing. Here's the thing. I'm probably going to like this movie at some point. I feel like I'm gonna vibe.
Well, like I said, I'm not gonna get Netflix.
I'll
watch
watch it. It'll probably be
Invite
3
me
hours.
over.
It'll probably be 3.
Invite me
Shut up. You're not invited.
Fuck you! I can't believe you're in my house right now.
God,
get out! How did you get in here again?
it'll be a movie that's too long, and I'll enjoy good chunks of it. But like I said, it's gonna be Star Wars and Dune, but not. But yeah, didn't even think about the laser swords. Not lightsabers or laser
Okay,
swords.
so let's point this out because no, they were not lightsabers. When we first see them, they look like they're lightsabers that are smoking.
Remember, there's a Spider Woman in this. Like
That's kind of there's like I said, there's
some
interest-
cool
Like you're
ideas.
saying, there's cool ideas, but it's like I don't care enough to want to watch where it goes or how this
You're not going to
connects.
pay for Netflix
I
to
don't
see it.
give a
You only watch it if
fuck.
I'm like, hey, come over and watch this.
Yes,
We're doing this for the show.
I'll make nachos, motherfucker. Anyway,
You'll only do it for content. You won't do it for pleasure.
no, I mean I would watch it, but I wouldn't pay for Netflix to watch.
No, I know. You'd come over and
Eat
watch it.
shit, dude.
Oh, wow.
Listen, yeah.
Yes.
So,
Go on.
yeah, I mean, look, we're just not. It's just not. It's just nothing that we need to see. It's just.
Yeah, but
if
I got to
you're just
give
gonna
it.
keep.
We got to support something new. You know
Sure.
what I mean? Because otherwise, we're just going to keep getting Marvel movie after Marvel movie, and
You're right, and
You know what I
and you're right about that. I wish this whole like.
But I want it. But I understand where you're coming from. Where you don't want to just give it that benefit of the doubt. Where it's like we should demand. Like,
Didn't he make the movie with like
It's hard to
Channing
say.
Tatum with the dog ears or some shit? Didn't he make that?
no, that was the Wachowskis.
Whatever.
They took some chances as filmmakers.
I gotta give respect to chances, but.
I'll give it a shot. I'll give it a fair shot.
Anyway, we were
but I
talking
will
about
say
the
this.
lightsaber. So what it looked like actually is like one sword, because they showed it at another point. One sword, and she like splits it in two, and then when she splits it, they like they smolder, or they heat up.
Yeah. I don't know.
I give a shit. I don't give
But
a shit. Zach.
Again, one thing I noticed about
Sorry, I
Zack
just
Snyder.
don't give a shit.
Could you be more obvious about your inspirations? Rebel Moon. Come on. No, I'm kidding. It's a fine title, but again, I want to give
It's
it.
actually really fucking nondescript. And 10 years from now, nobody will remember it. You remember how we had to take a second to
Hey,
remember
man.
that it was called Army of the Dead?
Can we really
Nondescript.
Can we really break it down though? Why the fuck is this a two-parter? Okay,
Because he's trying to be edgy
Tyler.
and fucking
Tyler. This is
epic, man.
Tyler. This is the paradox of being a fan of comic books and comic book movies. Where on one hand, I fucking love multiverses.
Right?
And they're cool as shit.
Yeah,
And I love all
yeah,
that.
yeah.
But at the same time, I want to just watch a fucking
Give
movie.
me a fucking break.
Just one movie. Just tell me a story in 2 to 3
Can
hours.
I just watch a Big Lebowski, please?
But you know what I'm talking about.
Just some quirky people in L.A. for 2 hours. That's what I want to watch.
And you know what? You always say after that, you always say,
I got what I paid for.
and I said, you know what you are? You're a
Does it have to be a Norse god?
Thor.
Does it have to be a billionaire who makes his own suit of armor? No, it can be a guy named the Dude
Yeah.
who just bowls.
But
and
so
gets involved in a really crazy.
what do you think about Rebel Moon? Let us know in the comments down below.
I don't give a fuck what you think.
You piece of shit. All right.
Go ahead and put it on there. I ain't gonna read it. I'm such an asshole.
This next episode,
episode
little
segment.
little ditty, this little segment.
Little Ditty by Jack
and
and the Little
Diet.
Prince.
Oh.
Oh. Is that where we're going?
Yeah, sure. We originally were gonna do something with Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, but last minute decided to dig because it worked so well as a segment last time when we talk about a forgotten cartoon from Tyler's childhood that we pick another one. And I'm worried about your bizarre childhood, Tyler, because this show is called Little Prince.
The Little Prince.
The Little Prince, which I have to say up front,
The Little Prince in outer space. Finish it.
oh yeah. I want to say up front, I was upset because when you said Little Prince, I thought it was an animated cartoon that I didn't know about that was about the artist Prince, and I got excited. But
You got
no,
excited that he was gonna see like how Little Red Corvette was like.
you know what's
truly.
you know what's a
written.
missed opportunity? They didn't have a Little Richard. Did they? A Little Richard cartoon? Because it's right there, like a little animated cartoon about him as a kid. You know,
They've had
Like Little Louie?
They've had they
remember
had
that?
they had a WWE show when I was growing up when I was a little kid on Saturdays, and part of it was live action, and the other part of it was all the wrestlers as little kids. and there was like two teams.
yeah.
There was like the good guys and there was the bad guys, and Junkyard Dog and Hulk Hogan
It was
and Macho Man were all on like the good guys, and Roddy Piper and I think Roddy Piper was on the bad guys, but so was like the Iron Sheik.
it was called Hogan's Heroes.
No. Shut the fuck up. By the way, I watched The Running Man again last week. That show is fucking classic. And Richard Dawson. He had to split.
I need to get some of the Running Man drops, dude. I need more Arnold drops.
Sub-Zero! Plane
I
Zero!
don't even know. But anyway, Little Prince. The Little Prince. Sorry.
My favorite part is when they go like...
So what is
they're
this
all
about?
Sad.
What is
they're
this
all
about?
sad, because Sub-Zero's dead. Even though he was about to murder 3 people. Anyway, what?
In a kid's show?
Talking about 2 different shows with my friend Jake.
So what is this show about?
Okay,
First
so-
of all, how the fuck did you see this show as a kid?
Okay, so first things first, I need to find somebody who like recorded like VHS copies of Pinwheel, which was a show on Nickelodeon. Pinwheel spinning around.
Yeah.
Look in the seat and see what I found. Whatever. But it was this cool, like it was puppets in this house, but there was also these strange cartoons from all over the world, dude. And it was just really fucking weird. Anyway, and there was these 2 brothers. They were like Bert and Ernie, but they were called Plus and Minus.
Yeah.
I need to find that on YouTube somewhere. Pinwheel. I'm sure it's on there somewhere.
Pinwheel.
Pinwheel. But The Little Prince is a book. It was recently redone into a movie on Netflix, an animated movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's if you.
Oh,
didn't
I saw because we watched it on YouTube. I saw there's a little trailer.
Yeah, when we looked it up, there's a couple different things, and they recently redid it again on Netflix. But they also, it's a famous book because it's just this guy is like, hey, so I flew my plane. He's a French dude, and he was flying his plane in North Africa, and he crashed, and this little kid came up and helped him like fix his plane. And it's this story that he wrote, and it's Antoine Saint-Exupéry. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. It's French. I don't give a shit.
Wow. Fuck the French.
Fucking French. Unless you're a Parisian hotel owner who wants me to come stay
The
at
one
their...
French listener is pissed.
Fuck! Oh, yeah? Eat the
Yes!
yeah. I'm not going to piss them off even further by trying to make fun of them making fun of me.
You are nothing but garbage, yeah. Nothing but garbage, guy.
That's what the French dude is thinking.
That is our official statement on the French.
Wow. I was going to say that's what the...
I'm joking.
We don't want to...
It's a bit, everybody. There's nothing wrong with French people.
Wow. That we have to say it, though.
Comedy!
Fucking...
Think of the fucking comedy!
Funny enough, that's a British person saying that about the French.
You know what's really, really funny about the British and the French is that,
I
like,
got what I paid
back
for.
in the Middle Ages and shit,
Can we move on?
the British hated the French, but everybody spoke French, even the British. So fuck off, Europe. Wow. I just pissed off a whole continent.
We're cutting this all.
Shit. Really?
This is not going on the YouTube.
Aw.
Not on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
The 10 listeners on the podcast, you know what they got? Oh, no.
No.
I got what I paid for.
They got that, And I said, well,
Anyway,
I'll eat your ass.
so when I was...
the drops are a menace.
Everything is off. Nobody's listening. So we, I was growing up and they had these cartoons like on Saturdays and Sundays because we had cable, and you would watch TV, and there was these shows on Nickelodeon, and one of them was called Belle and Sebastian, which I told you a little bit about, and that was like a weird, like long, like drawn out, like this kid and his dog. The dog was named Sebastian, and it was this huge Pyrenees, the ones with the little Saint Bernard. He was a
Okay.
huge
Yeah,
Saint Bernard.
okay.
He had the little barrel around his neck.
My favorite thing is it's audio, and you keep motioning
I
at
was
me.
talking to you.
I know. But I'm just thinking, I'm sure someone's driving,
Testicles.
and he's like, what the fuck is he talking about? you know. You kept gesturing at me, and I didn't know what to think.
The barrel around the neck, motherfucker.
Just say like the brown stuff, the brown
The
fur.
brown stuff. I'm so not okay with that at all. The brown stuff.
Sloppy.
We apologize for the brown outburst.
The brown noise, the brown effect.
Next week.
We're going to make you shit your pants.
Damn it. What were we even talking about? Saint Bernard, in this cartoon that that aired with the Little Prince cartoon.
Are you sure we're ready to be back on the air? So, and there's all these shows, and The Little Prince was one of them. And my parents had the book, and the book has all these weird like illustrations, and I was like, "That's weird that there's a cartoon on."
Even in the book, it's like a mixed media.
Yeah, a little bit. And I was showing him that when they show the planet from like 10 feet away, it's like claymation. And at one point, they had the cartoon on the claymation planet, which is just that. Stop that! Don't do that.
Well, it's just they were cutting cost.
Right,
all it was.
but at one point you do see there is a claymation planet because they have like 3 different ones, and then they just rotate the camera around it. There's no animation, right?
Yeah.
There's one of them that has the little prince standing on top of like on the North Pole, I guess, of the planet. And it's like just use that one every time. Well, we got to show him dancing around his rose. Fucking kids who watch Nickelodeon are not that sophisticated. They don't know.
Yeah.
We watch Pinwheel and Belle and Sebastian, for God's sakes. Anyway, so we could not figure sloppy. We could not figure out how to make the Disney Plus machine work. So which is where Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends is. So I suggested The Little Prince just out of the blue because I'm trying to think of cartoons. The Mighty Orbots is another one that we should do.
So what's funny is the generation thing because when I was sending you ones from like the 90s, right?
Yes, SWAT Cats.
You never heard of SWAT Cats?
I think I did, but
it was in that phase where everybody we had Street Sharks and SWAT Cats because TMNT was so big. They're like, we need an animal team.
Right, yeah. What was the that episode
Robot
of that
Chicken?
show?
Totally original.
Totally original.
I do want to do an episode if we can find them. I do want to do an episode of Street Sharks for sure.
Right.
Well,
totally not the same.
Like I was saying earlier, because I like talking about having these animated segments because I do enjoy talking about. I've learned to appreciate animation as an art form, where it's like I've seen animated movies. I've seen. Pixar movie. I keep saying
laughing.
Yeah, jeez, come on, man, come on, blow your nose somewhere else.
Anyway,
but I've seen like Pixar movies and DreamWorks and stuff like that. So, but I've just gained more of an appreciation when you go back.
We should watch Watership Down. You think my childhood was fucked up?
Anyway, but I want to go back to the clay part.
Oh, okay.
I know why they did it. You know why because it cost, right?
Sure, but it looks great.
But it's so funny because it's so cheap because it's literally just this piece of clay that they just had some backlighting to, and some like orange purple lighting into it, and you know what? It could have just been paper at this point.
Probably is.
Probably was
orange construction paper.
But
the story is,
I love when there's ingenuity to it.
The prince has his own. Look it up because I don't want to explain the whole thing, give it away, but. The thing is,
the whole thing gives it away in the intro.
Well, no, I'm saying I don't want to take the time to do it.
Oh yeah.
But he has his own planet, and he comes down from time to time to Earth. And in this first episode on comets,
sorry.
And in this first episode, he comes down and he meets this kid named Carlos and his uncle. It's actually a really good story. His uncle and his Carlos's dad. fell at one. They're mountain climbers. They climb up the Andes a lot, and they fell, and his uncle got hurt, and his dad died. So Carlos and his uncle, Carlos is like hellbent on climbing this mountain, in honor of his dad, and I think it has something to do with like dropping flowers on his grave or something. And his uncle, who can't, because of the accident, hurt his leg really bad. He can't climb anymore, so he has this balloon, this hot air balloon. And it's just an interesting kind of story, and it's anime. It's clearly produced like by Toei Animation or
which
something.
is interesting because
I'm not being like facetious. There was an actual TOEI animation in the 80s that produced a lot of like Heathcliff. We should have watched fucking Heathcliff, dude. That shit, dude.
I was saying
shit.
Speed Racer was another.
I never watched Speed Racer, but when I was growing up, it was G.I. Joe and Transformers. Those were the two shows that you watched after school. Those were the toys that you bought.
But that's why the anime style
some pretenders
for
to the
this
throne.
is an interesting choice, considering it's set in South America.
This episode,
And
but also
that style is directly associated. Anime is directly associated. And not all anime is Japanese, but
it originated there.
that's where everybody associates it with. So it's kind of to see these like traditionally like Japanese designs for a cartoon set in South America.
You know
was,
who?
like weird.
Well,
Interesting.
The whole cartoon is produced
Pretty weird.
in Japan.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, it's produced by Saban, I think.
The Power Rangers.
think
and
so.
Saban. I thought it was Saban. I'm not sure on that one. But that's who owns Power
They
Rangers.
they did Heathcliff too and stuff. But they were a Japanese animation company, and but you could tell it was if you didn't know it was anime right away. They show the Little Prince when he gets to Earth this time, and he's sitting there on an outcropping of rock next to a river, and he's just sitting there, and he goes
Yeah. Like, that classic like
weird
cliche at that time, like And it is a kind of a sad story because his dad didn't get to the top of the mountain, so he's like determined to get to the top of the mountain.
Well, there was something about dropping flowers on a certain day of the anniversary or something,
Laying on
and when they first meet him, he blows up his balloon, so he has to figure that out. And
which, by the way, the balloon was a hot air balloon that was like this pink thing with a giant eyeball on it. One of the weirder things that I've seen. Explain that one, Tyler.
If we just described a giant inflatable pink one-eyed monster, I hope you're thinking about what I think you're thinking about.
You know what
in
I said?
terms of the shape of the balloon.
The whole time I'm watching it, I'm thinking, you know what they need to do?
Come on, Cohagen, you got what you want. Give
Get that balloon air.
Oh my god, that's enough.
Give it
You can't change the drop. You can't just say.
I'll keep making it.
Sloppy.
So yeah, that's our. But what did you think of?
I hated it. It's terrible.
I mean, it's got a good message. I mean, it's a message about not giving up. It's
Yeah.
a message about honoring your loved ones. It's a message about, there's a lot of good messages in it, really. I'm sure it's maybe not the best animation style. Sure, it's not
Yeah.
a little bit, wacky because
It's still a kid show. I mean,
right. But the two people were like, "Hey, amigo, you loco," like
They
they
come from another planet.
no, but they had like these very
Like, yeah.
obvious like
Somebody was doing
accents.
an accent. Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, it wasn't to a point where I was like saying it would have been racist at all. And
What a way to end the sentence. I think what you said was genuine, but it was just a funny way to end this. I don't think it's not racist or
no. I guarantee you ask conservative right-wing fucks in this country, like, hey, what do you think about like people from Mexico? They'd be like, they're cartels. What do you think about people from Brazil? Oh, they're nice. And you're like, why is that? Oh, because most people, when you think of Brazil, you think of white people who speak Spanish.
You know what this reminds me of?
You think of Portuguese.
With the accents?
Spain.
It reminds me of last week when we were getting ready to put Lincoln to bed, put my kid to bed, and we were watching Disney. And it was like excuse me. It was like the sing-along things, from like the classic movies. And we were watching it, and then another one changed, and I don't remember what it was, but you just go, oh gosh, here comes something racist. Because she said it was like vintage Disney cartoons, so you're like waiting for a racist one. That's what I kind of think of. Like sometimes when I watch these older shows, I get a little worried of like, oh, where is the
there's
and I'm with you. I don't think this show does that.
There's a segment of Fantasia. I don't think they restored it. Even on Disney Plus. But there's a segment of Fantasia that was cut. And it is a very, very racist it's like a white little girl angel and then like this very racist black child caricature. What the fuck is it?
I don't.
It's not that important, no, and I'm glad I don't think you can watch it anywhere anymore.
So let's wrap up this episode with one more topic, and then we'll get out of here.
Long box?
Oh.
What's the other topic?
Well, I wanted to talk about, kind of have a little bit of a discussion about the potential that Marvel is bringing back the Ultimate Universe. And what that could mean for the comics.
Here's what can I suggest something?
Well, yeah, and I also kind of want to get your opinion, because we never really talked about the Ultimate line, if you ever read it.
Well, to be really honest, no, I didn't. And I read some Ultimate X-Men, which was really stupid.
Is that Grant Morrison?
Whatever. I don't care.
'Cause that's when they made him wear the black suits.
No, that
The
was actual
tactical.
X-Men.
What?
That wasn't Ultimate X-Men. That was actual X-Men.
Oh, no. Ultimate X-Men was Joss Whedon.
Right. Well, he made it so stupid. Like Wolverine was like a teenager, and like shut the fuck up. To be honest,
Someone's gonna mention that
most
you were
of the
wrong
Ultimate,
in the comments.
most of the Ultimate Universe, I could give two shits about. I don't, except for Miles Morales. Right? He was originally from the Ultimate.
Well, yeah, I think Brian Michael. Yeah, that was Bendis. Yeah, Brian Michael Bendis did a great job with Ultimate Spider-Man, with his modern retelling of Peter Parker, and then his creation of Miles Morales.
Yeah, Miles Morales. I don't give a shit about the Peter Parker shit.
No, that was
sure. Whatever.
but see, that's the difference, and that's the whole point of the Ultimate line.
You think I'm like
No, because I think of the Ultimate line, the only thing that people genuinely talk about as being good is this Bendis' Spider-Man. That was consistently good. Like, it had its ups and downs, and some would say that he had one of the more impactful takes on the character. I think definitely for the more contemporary Spider-Man stories, but that's about it. Not a lot of people talk. I mean, people liked Whedon's X-Men, Ultimate X-Men, but like people, because Hickman did the Ultimates, and Jonathan Hickman is rumored to be the one that is going to be bringing back the Ultimate Universe. That's what we're talking about.
I read some of the Ultimate Avengers, and I really don't care about that. In fact, I'm actually
excuse me, they're not the Avengers; they're the Ultimates.
Yeah, see, right off the bat, fuck off. Right off the bat.
So what they would be relaunching with
Samuel L. Jackson, Nick Fury comes from the Ultimate Universe too.
Yes.
So that's one.
Well, there's
good
stuff
thing.
in the MCU from the Ultimate Universe.
Well, it's mostly based off the Ultimate Universe. Continue. Oh, repertoire. Oh.
Well, I'm just saying. I'm trying to get out of here.
Let's
The rumors also suggest that Marvel is relaunching with Thor, Spider-Man, Black Panther, and the Ultimates. So, Spider-Man interests me, but it won't be Bendis. So, and also, what are we doing here? So what's going on? Is it going to be?
What are we doing here?
Because generally now people look at actually no, most people do. Marvel refuses to do this, but most people view Ultimate Spider-Man not as another version of Peter Parker. They view it as Miles Morales.
Yes.
So if we're going to do the Ultimate Spider-Man, I would hope that it's not a reboot of Peter, but a reboot of Miles, maybe? I don't know. Something with that. But you don't need to because he's such a recent character. But anyway, what I do find it interesting with Thor. I wonder what they could do there, but I don't know. It's hard because, again, this is just taste, and you and I are different. I don't dislike Marvel stories. There's a lot of great Marvel stories, but I just, outside of Spider-Man, I don't read much of Marvel. And that's what we talked about with the Blue Beetle segment, whereas like I've always read more of like Green Lantern or Flash, Batman. Like I've always just preferred the DC comics. And this does excite me a little bit because if it's like a complete reboot and we're going to we really are going to do things differently, it's great. But it's hard not to just be like, man, this shit is just so cyclical with comic books.
Yeah.
I love them, but how many, like what, we go 5 years and then we go 5 years and then DC has a crisis and we reboot everything.
We've talked about this
Marvel
before.
does it too.
Say Marvel did a hard reboot of their entire universe.
Yeah.
Do they still? We're almost 100 years away from World War II. Do they still do World War II as Captain America's War?
I wouldn't be surprised if they
Wouldn't they?
Nam or something, Vietnam.
But that doesn't make sense for his character, though.
Because he probably wouldn't have participated in that
Well,
war.
no.
I think maybe.
Hang on. What we're talking about is what was the last war that every American was pretty much behind?
Iraq. What?
World War II was basically the last time
but
that
I
the
thought you
U.S. was the good guys,
I
right?
misinterpreted what you were saying. I thought you were trying to say if you were modernizing it, where
Right.
would you put it?
Right, but that's
why I said Afghanistan, Iraq.
no, and I apologize for making those faces, but
You look very disgusted.
you're right though. Somebody would come along and be like, "Well, it's been 100 years.
or
We should
Desert
update
Storm,
it to
yeah.
Nam or to,
It's somewhere in the Middle
and
East.
Trust me, I am not taking away any of the accomplishments or valor of anybody that served in any of the conflicts that we mentioned.
That's not what we're doing
That's not
here.
what I'm saying. What
We're
I'm
making
saying
fun of
is,
Hollywood and
right, and executives because they
Yes.
suck.
Or not. Sorry, not Hollywood, but
But
we're
to
making fun
me-
of comic book publishers.
To me, say it's 200 years from now and Captain America's still around. Honestly, I think you still have to have him in World War II. Not that 200 years from now people would know what that was, because you know what? In 200 years, people will be fighting over the last scrap of food on a sun-scorched hell planet where there's only a couple of drops of water left.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to be giving a shit about history. They're going to be giving a shit about surviving the next hour.
Wow. Yikes! You Bill saying,
Wow, these fucking reapers, man.
I don't know. Have you been outside lately? And I'm just saying.
wow,
Let's keep going the way we're going. No, keep it up, humanity.
it's getting real.
Sloppy.
You
And
know,
you know what? Just
Finish it! Finish it!
all right.
you know, humanity's been around not that long at all, and this plan has been around for a long, long time. So guess what? If we don't figure it out, it's just gonna get rid of us and keep going.
Get your ass to Mars.
That's what we need to do.
The Earth is a living, breathing
All right, moving on.
thing. No, not moving on.
I'm gonna fucking keep.
Well, this heat is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Oh no, Longbox, too late.
I tried
No.
to tell you,
I know
but
we
you
did.
didn't listen.
No, we did that other topic. That was good.
Yeah.
I like talking about the Ultimates, even though they suck.
Yeah. Fuck that universe,
eat
and I'm too
that
busy.
shit.
Having sex with him.
I'm too drunk to eat this chicken.
What a way to start it. I said, hey, I'm too drunk. I can't eat this fried chicken.
I
again.
can't chicken.
Bok,
Dude, you know, the other day,
Bok.
have you had the new KFC nuggets?
No.
They're really fucking good.
They got nuggets now?
They're like actual nuggets. Like, they took chicken.
How do you feel about popcorn chicken?
It depends on where it's from.
Sorry, I totally derailed your nugget.
If it's from Popeyes, I'll take it.
But KFC's got new nuggets? New nuggies?
They do got little nuggets.
new nuggies.
Little nuggets in the KFC.
Gobble, 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 gobble.
You dip them in your gravy and the mashed potatoes.
Ooh,
You know why Popeyes is superior?
Why?
Because they have Cajun mashed potatoes and gravy. And the gravy in the Cajun mashed potatoes and gravy has little bits of sausage in it.
Ooh. I love a biscuit
little
and gravy.
spices.
Want to get some breakfast? Go to Denny's?
Couple of moons over my
Can
hammy.
we do a live show in Denny's?
We probably could.
What the fuck's up, Denny's?
Hey, Denny's, let's stand up and talk about comic books. There's three of us.
Sloppy.
Up and left up here with Jake and Tyler.